I mean, I'm used to saying this by myself, but what do you boys want to talk about? I mean, we know that me and Kevin aren't getting along, but when it comes down to DIY, there's a lot to be said, there's a lot to be done, because what the four of us is gonna make is magic, come MSG. Who the hell said you could speak for me? I speak for myself. We're not friends. I don't care about this face-to-face. I don't care about what's going on or who booked what. We are not friends. We will never be cool. I do not like you, Cody. Did I not show you that on Monday? You had a lot of trash to say. You had a lot of shit to talk. In the back, while I'm hearing your face, and guess what? Survivor Series is accepted. You want to do this right now, Kevin? We're literally standing in front of our two opponents that we're going to face coming up 2 weeks, September 14th, and you want to get in my face and try to make this about me and you. I mean, how egotistical can you possibly be? Get your own head out of your ass and let's focus on what's in front of us, what's literally right in front of us. Yo, this is pathetic. Are you guys serious? This is supposed to be a face-to-face. I don't know what you guys do here on Raw, but on Mayhem we wrestle. On Mayhem, we're known as the heart and soul for a goddamn reason. When we show up for tag team competition, that is exactly what we are here to do. We're here to wrestle. We're here to fight. Did you guys see our match with the Undisputed Era? We killed it. Not only did we kill it, but we put a team that a lot of people thought were going to be something. We made them quickly into nothing. We put them right back on the bottom of the card. Why aren't you taking this serious? I mean, sure, Cody might be, but Owens, you've just been brushing through this whole tournament. But that's the problem. Me and Gargano have something in store for you that you've never seen before in your life, and you will see that coming up September 14th. So if I was you, I'd wisen up. What did you just say to me? Wisen up? Do you know who I am? I am Kevin goddamn Owens, and I think it's time that you get a little history check on who the hell you're standing in the ring with, because I may not like the son of a bitch that's standing across from me, but this is the second world champion. I am the first. You two aren't going against a team with a bunch of dissension. You two are going against two former world heavyweight champions. You two are going against two people who have been on the top of their game before and who are nowhere near done. Remember who we are before you sit here and talk smack, because you guys might be the heart and soul of Mayhem, but here or tonight on Raw, that's exactly where you are. You're on the red brand. You're on my brand. You're on the brand that I put on my back. When I left at some point, you're on the brand that Cody put on his back. So do not sit here and act like you have one up on us. Do not sit here and act like this is going to be a match where DIY is going to win, because we are a mixed match tag team. No. We are two major former champions. So I think I'm gonna need you to calm down before things get a little messy, Mr. Heart and Soul. Calm your tone down before this becomes a lot more than a face-to-face, you hear me? How about you come over here and make me calm down? Matter of fact, why don't I smack Johnny Gargano in the face and maybe then you'll pop off, seeming like that's the only time you ever do anything here is when Johnny Gargano gets hurt. Oh man, a big super kick there by Gargano, and Ciampa with a big ol' lariat. Big ol' lariat, discus clothesline of sorts by Ciampa. Gargano taking down Owens, and I just see Ciampa with a furious strikes. Raw is starting off hot, ladies and gentlemen, as these two teams will face each other next Thursday for the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament, and a drop kick there by Rhodes. Man, oh man, did the tides definitely turn for this match. It's going to be DIY versus not a dysfunctional team, two former world champions, as we are going to get ready for one hell of a night here on Raw. But what a start, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not all, though. We want to know if he can do it, and we shall find out in the main event. It's going to be Bryan Danielson going one-on-one with LA Knight. The big question on everybody's mind tonight is, can LA Knight earn it? Find out in your main event. But coming up next, it is going to be #1 contenders action. Rhea Ripley needs a challenger for the Women's World Championship coming up at Survivor Series, and she shall get one. It's going to be two best friends going at it head-to-head in friendly competition. Let's get right into it. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in Long Beach. I want to thank everybody for coming here to Raw, as we are on week 2 going in to the Survivor Series pay-per-view, but we are on our final week going in, or our second to last week, going into the Starrcade
Tag Team Tournament PLE, which will be available here on the channel for members only if you are interested in checking out the tournament, as we have built our tournament, or excuse me, our tag team division here in Universe Mode kind of around the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament over the last month and some change here in Universe Mode, as we have seen some nice tag teams come out of play here. But switching gear over to the women's division, I want to let you guys, give you guys a little bit of insight on Charlotte Flair. Flair stepped into the women's division here in Universe Mode trying to make a name for herself, and was defeated, or was beaten, by Rhea Ripley in the past. And ever since then she's just been trying to climb back up that mountain, and Charlotte was trying to rise up around the same time Damage Control was for the women's championship, and Charlotte kind of took a back seat to getting that opportunity and decided, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take down Damage Control. So she ended up getting a couple of female in the women's division to help her out, and one of those women were Becky Lynch, the woman she's going to be facing here tonight. And her and Lynch have become kind of best friends in a weird way. They've kind of come very, very close here in Universe Mode as the last couple of months have been going on. Going into the Fully Loaded pay-per-view, then the No Mercy pay-per-view. Now we're here September 4th. It's going to be a damn good time as Charlotte Flair, when she steps into the ring, she really just shows off that royalty-esque entrance, as you guys see there. But Charlotte is in the ring, and she's ready to go, ladies and gentlemen, as the crowd is pumped up for a woman who is usually Charlotte's tag team partner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Becky Lynch. This one's going to be a very interesting matchup here tonight, because both of these women don't have beef with each other, so this will be more of a friendly competition going into this matchup. So I'm going to be very interested to see who walks away with the victory here tonight, as Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. Winner of this matchup is going to be taking on Rhea Ripley September 24th at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. It's going to be a damn good pay-per-view, as we have been on the road here in Universe Mode to become one of the best Universe Mode channels ever, and we have been slowly doing that here. And I just want to thank everybody for 1.9k subs here on the YouTube channel. It is absolutely insane, and the fact that we just keep going and going, the momentum just won't stop. And ladies and gentlemen, the same case is going to be here in Universe Mode. The bangers are just going to keep on going and going, as we are here for one hell of an episode of Raw with a 1 hour time limit for the show. It's going to be damn good to fill up the gap. And here we go. Look at this, Becky Lynch. Lynch trying to have to hold up there, as, oh, big suplex there by Becky Lynch. Lynch having to turn the tides a little bit on Charlotte Flair, as Flair was trying to throw everything she had into her, trying to throw all her momentum into her, and nicely done there. Big drop kick there by Lynch. Lynch with a picture-perfect dropkick, now trying to kick her again, but Charlotte saying no. Charlotte now looks like she has something in store for Becky Lynch. Could be a neck breaker, sit-out neck breaker, perfectly done. You could just hear the crunch on the neck. Absolutely brutalizing by Charlotte Flair. Flair brings off a different style of wrestling here, and a sit-out powerbomb there, but didn't go for the pin combination. Could that be a mistake? We don't know. And Flair is definitely bringing the momentum here tonight. Look at this, looking to go for figure 8 here. Looking to go for it, and here it is, figure 4. Is she gonna convert? Will she convert? No, seems like she's relying heavily just on the figure 4. Becky saying no, Becky saying no, Becky trying her best to fight back, and she does so. Becky fighting back with everything left in her, and she's just trying, and as Charlotte tries to get to her feet, Becky Lynch just has more in store for her. What an open, ladies and gentlemen, to Raw, as the women are showing off and showing out here tonight. Becky ducks under, pops over the rope with Charlotte. Big clothesline into the cover. 2-0. What a match we are seeing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as these two women are trying to go for the women's championship, and it's gonna be no easy task. Into the cover, no. Right when you think it's over, they just surprise you more and more, and this just shows you how close of friends these two women are. Both women not only having the respect for each other, natural selection, but both women knowing each other inside and out. 1, 2, no! Kick out off the natural selection. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. Irish whips her on the outside, and the crowd chanting fight forever, and you can't blame them. And you see that respect is there by Becky Lynch, allowing Charlotte Flair to get back into the ring. Both women showing how important this matchup is to them, but at the same time showing that sportsmanship, showing that respect now. What does Becky Lynch have in mind here for Charlotte? Ooh, peeling back on the arm. Beautiful work there. as Charlotte Flair has played a fair amount of offense. Manhandle slam! Oh, it's over. 2-0. I was gonna say Charlotte played a good amount of offense, but it seems like she was gonna be playing defense up until the end, but she somehow kicked out of the manhandle slam as Lynch is on the top of the rope, nowhere to go for Charlotte. Missile drop kick. Charlotte is feeling the effects of all of this here tonight, and whoever walks in the Survivor Series, they're gonna be feeling the effects of this matchup here tonight. As Becky Lynch playing no games with Charlotte Flair, neither was Flair with Lynch, and Flair now looking to make me my words, looking to turn the tides a bit. And oh man, big punch to the gut there by Becky Lynch, and Lynch now getting Irish whipped into the ropes. Beautiful crowd here tonight as they are ecstatic for this matchup. And wait a minute now, Becky wants to disarm her. She gets it. Middle of the ring, nowhere for Charlotte to go. This might be Charlotte's opportunity. Flush down the drain, but no. Charlotte pushes her off, tries to hit the El Idolo, but misses out. Flair got caught. Lynch wants her. Manhandle slam. 1, 2, no! And oh man, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley, and she's standing with the woman who faced off against Io Sky a couple of weeks ago in a #1 contenders match, Liv Morgan. And it seems like Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley are becoming very well acquainted with each other, as it's been rumored that Liv Morgan could be a potential new member of the Judgment Day, as they're focusing on the match and seeing what's going on. As we focus more in the match and see what's going on, with the perfect angle here of seeing the twerk on the neck being done here to Becky Lynch. Lynch still trying to fight out of it. And oh man, this might not be good for Becky, as when we seen the Women's Champion watching, it was Charlotte in control, and Charlotte looking to be done in this matchup, looking to be finished. And wait a minute, oh man, both women getting caught up there, but no, Becky's fighting with everything left, and you can't blame her. You cannot blame her. Becky with a Blacksplex. Blacksplex by Lynch, and through the ropes. Wasting no time with the Queen here tonight. Lynch trying to show that the Queen will fall to the last kicker, and look at another Blacksplex. Just for fun at this point, because I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's gotta be. Brings her into the ring. I think it's Becky Lynch, but looking to punch her ticket to Survivor Series. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be Lynch v. Rhea. Nice takedown there, and a beautiful takedown again. Picks her up. Charlotte has nowhere to go, nothing to do. Tried to take out the leg, but Charlotte having it well scouted. And that right there is just knowing your best friend, knowing what she's gonna do next, because there is no other way. Natural selection. Into the cover. 1, 2. It's over. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just to open your show here tonight. That was just the start of what's to come here tonight for your episode of Raw, ladies and gentlemen, as it's Charlotte Flair who is punching her ticket to Survivor Series to go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley. It's gonna be a damn good one, and I'm getting the voice in my ear because our graphics team works quick. Here it is right here, Flair v. Ripley. It's gonna be damn good, and it comes up in 2 weeks' time at Survivor Series. Survivor Series is shaping up to be one hell of a pay-per-view, and I promise you guys, the momentum will keep going.
Listen, you boys have been absolutely killing it recently, okay? Doing what you've been doing, dominating like never before. I mean, come on. Tag team division's on absolute fire, and JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio on the absolute forefront of that. Priest, listen, I had a couple conversations with William Regal, and we're going to be lining you up for an Intercontinental Championship very, very soon. As you've seen, Rhea is doing her business with what could be a new recruit. If you ask me, Judgment Day's thriving. We're doing damn good. We're looking on top, and by the end of the year, we could be dripping in gold. And I am much, much appreciative of every single one of you guys. But We have a new challenger, a new guy who's been stepping up and trying to make his name known as trying to disrespect the Judgment Day, and you guys know that's LA Knight. Tonight, Knight goes against Bryan Danielson. Tonight, whether win, lose, or draw, we need to make sure that we're on the forefront of whatever LA Knight has in store, because I promise you guys, this is not the LA Knight show. This is the Judgment Day show. And the four of us will prove it. Rhea will prove it. She's been proving it in the women's division. Now it's time for us to really show what we got. I'm the world champion. You guys will be champions too soon. We just gotta follow the plan. Well, earlier tonight, we seen a super kick heard across the world because Kevin Owens was talking a lot of smack, and Gargano definitely shut him up and hit him with a super kick, and after that, DIY just went ahead and took out the teams of Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. But I can now confirm that William Regal has made it official for tonight. It's going to be Kevin Owens going one-on-one with Johnny Gargano, and next week, we're going to see Cody Rhodes go one-on-one with Tommaso Ciampa. It's going to be damn good as both these teams are colliding this week and next week ahead of their Starrcade Tag Team Tournament match. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the action. Multiple matches, multiple championship matches. How many times are we going to do this between you guys? Wars even come to an end, and they will come to an end because you guys want each other so bad. Claudio's back. Well, fine. You will have each other in War Games. September 24th, mark your calendar, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be a damn good one. It's going to be the Bloodline, the Shield, a rivalry that's been going on for almost 6 months. Finally comes to a head in your main event for Survivor Series. But coming up next, it is going to be a very interesting matchup when Chad Gable goes one-on-one with Ricochet. Can Alpha Academy gain a little bit of momentum back from their loss last week here in the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament? Find out coming up right now. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, as Raw continues, it's going to be Ricochet going one-on-one with Chad Gable. And ladies and gentlemen, last Friday was not the best Friday for this team right here, Alpha Academy, as Chad Gable and Otis went 2-on-2. As we're going to get a cut right here, they went 2-on-2 with FTR in the quarterfinals, and what a matchup it was. It was a damn good matchup, but sadly, it was Chad Gable that tapped out, and now Gable is looking to gain some more momentum as he can gain a win back, as he lost that matchup for Alpha Academy, but he can win it for the team here tonight if he can win this solo victory against Ricochet, a man who is very well known in the singles division. So it's going to be very interesting to see Chad Gable make his return here in the singles division. Crazy seeing the crowd, how receptive the crowd is to Alpha Academy, as they have been cheering Alpha Academy all freaking night. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, Alpha Academy's over. How are they still over when they lost a big matchup like that? I don't know, but the crowd still loves them, and you can't blame them, ladies and gentlemen. Man, oh man, it's gonna be damn good. Here we go. It's gonna be Gable starting off quick, as Ricochet looked to pop Gable, but Gable said no. Gable wanted absolutely none of it. He was not doing that. And Gable, like I said, Gable needs to gain some more momentum for Alpha Academy, as Alpha Academy looks to, they need to try to get back on a winning streak here in Universe Mode. And look at this, perfectly done there by Ricochet. There's one thing Ricochet's known to be, is it's him being a human highlight reel. As speaking of highlight reel, we're getting a perfect cut here. You see this? Ricochet just putting a twerk on Gable right there, but Gable saying no. Gable fighting back, doing what he has to do here in the matchup, and you can't blame him. Chad Gable knows, like I said before, more than anybody else, that he has to get this victory for Alpha Academy. Now, depending on where Alpha Academy goes after this, now that's all a mystery, but Ricochet wins this matchup. Now, that right there, that's going to be nothing but up for him. Then here we go. Gable now into the first cover of the matchup, kick out at 1. As these two men are going to put on an absolute banger here tonight. We both know it to be true, and look at this. Perfect cut here as Gable looking to show off that wrestling ability we know and love so damn well. Man, oh man, oh, raking the head back. Beautiful work there by Chad Gable. Gable again not playing any games here tonight. Gable now looking to go to the top rope. Top rope, Gable's always a dangerous one. Elbow drop. Macho Man would be proud from the heavens, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go on commercial break. We will be right back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, just as a reminder for your main event, it's going to be Bryan Danielson going one-on-one with LA Knight. The big question on everybody's mind, it'll finally get answered in your main event. Can LA Knight earn it? We're going to find out tonight in your main event when these two titans clash for your blockbuster main event. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, what a main event it's going to be as, Chad Gable looked the Irish whip. Ricochet there, but caught him off there. Beautiful work there by Gable. Gable and Ricochet put it on an absolute clinic here tonight, and like the commercial said, our main event's going to be damn good too when LA Knight goes one-on-one with Bryan Danielson. Look at Ricochet now knocking down Gable. Now Gable could be in very much big trouble. Boom! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of boom, I mean, listen, we don't know where this matchup is going. But what we do know is that the winner of this matchup can definitely be looking at a future World Intercontinental Championship, as Adam Cole's been making that title real comfortable for the mid-card division. This can be where we see the mid-card division heat up here, as we're not seeing much of what's going on, but Gable knocks down. Very beautiful work there as Gable knocks him down. And you see the referee wants them in the ring. Ref doesn't care about nothing else. He's saying come into the ring. And you can't blame him. Gable's just taunting here on the outside, not even doing much, and now bringing Ricochet right back into the ring as Gable showing off a little bit. And look at that discus forearm there by Ricochet, but Gable saying no. Gable now has him in. Has him into that submission. Has him in, crossing them. Perfectly done, perfectly executed, but no, Ricochet says no. Ricochet, we don't see him a lot here in Universe Mobile. When we see him, trust me, we definitely see him now. Look at this, brings the pops him on the shoulders. No, Gable says no now. Beautiful suplex by Gable. He's a suplex machine, ladies and gentlemen, and he's popping off here tonight. And look at this. Beautiful Irish whip there by Chad Gable, but Ricochet saying no now. Ricochet popping up. Ricochet has something big at start. Don't call it a missile drop kick. Call it a drop kick from the heavens. Ricochet popping off and doing what he has to do in this matchup, but I might eat my words here as Chad Gable now Irish whipping him into the corner. What does Gable have in mind for him now? As this can be something big for Gable. This can be Gable's big breakthrough now. Look at the strength. 1, 2, Ricochet kicks. What are we seeing in the A? This is what Gable wanted to do to FTR for the win. But can he get the win off of Ricochet? And can he? Yes, he does. Chad Gable gets the win. Gable does the job and does it damn good. What a match. My God, Alpha Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, I may have bit my tongue earlier. This might not be the fall of Alpha Academy. This could just be the very beginning. Hey Mox, I was looking for you from earlier. I never got a word to, even talk to you. You and Rollins kind of went out for the tournament by yourself. Are we good? Like, I feel like something's going on here, and I'm not really picking up on it. I mean, we have a very, very important match to both of us tonight, and I feel like the show should be on the same page if we're gonna, if we're gonna fully execute and do what we gotta do. Don't play dumb with me, Bryan. You don't need the Shield. You can win the WWE title by yourself. Did you think me and Rollins weren't watching Raw? You disrespected us. I brought you here, Bryan. Sure, greatest wrestler in the world. I won't argue that, because I've even said that about you, and it's the truth. We're 2 seasons in, and you didn't make any appearance before. You think you would have made an appearance before if it was for me? You think you would have done any of this if it wasn't for me? Screw me, Rollins. You have a team to look after. You have a team to hold some type of respect to, and yet there's a problem. There's a problem every single time we step into this ring. So yes, there's a problem between me and you right now. I don't want a sorry. I don't want an apology. I want you to do better. I want you to realize what brought you to the dance and respect. Let's get one thing straight real quick, Mox, alright? The Shield does not own Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson owns Bryan Danielson. I joined you because I believe
and what the Shield stands for. You're tense, and I get that. You have a big match coming up tonight, but so do I. And again, I did not mean what I said on Raw, but I am not going to sit here and take you disrespecting me, so I'll see you later, Moxley.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back out here, and this sold-out crowd is absolutely on... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wow. Okay, wait a minute. Well, it's not time for your main event. We have a long way to go until your main event, as we are only at the quarter mile into the episode. But Bryan Danielson seems like he has something to say here tonight. This is the first time. We thought it was going to be the main event, but this is the first time we're seeing Bryan Danielson, at all since No Mercy, when he lost that title matchup that he coveted so very much, being that World Heavyweight Championship matchup. And by the way, No Mercy being one of our greatest pay-per-views of all time, and Bryan Danielson is really the reason because of it.
The world wants to know what's on the mind of Bryan Danielson following No Mercy. Well, I'll tell you what's on my mind. Regret. So much regret, so much I feel like I could have done in that matchup, replaying it in my head over and over and over again. I see the ways I failed in so many spots, in so many ways I could have corrected things, but I didn't. That night, Finn Balor was the better man. And I failed. And I failed not only as a member of the Shield, but I failed without the vest. I failed as the American Dragon. And that's something that I never, ever thought that I'd be able to come back from, but I've been given another chance. Last week it was announced, Bryan Danielson, LA Knight, main event. Now, me and LA Knight have never crossed paths before, and he respected me enough to stay in the back until a definitive winner was guaranteed. A definitive winner was given to you guys. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why I respect LA Knight. But tonight there's an opportunity. Tonight there's an opportunity where Bryan Danielson can go back to the main event, where Bryan Danielson cannot weasel but earn his way back to a shot at Finn Balor's World Heavyweight Championship, but the championship that belongs around my waist. I have an opportunity to do it tonight. But in the next couple of weeks we have Survivor Series. I'm going to join my brothers in arm in the Shields, and we're going to take on the Bloodline in a war that's been going on for months. But what do I do? Where do I go?
Oh man, okay, well, this is Bryan Danielson's Shield brethren, or at least it's supposed to be. This is John Moxley, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Moxley, and as you've seen before, this segment even aired, Moxley and Bryan have had a little bit of back and forth ever since the contract signing a couple weeks ago.
Where do you go? What do you do? I'm gonna tell you what you do, Bryan. You say screw the main event. You don't even go to the main event. You go back to the Shield. You go and we train like we always do, and we get ready for the important match. The more, match that has more on the line. The match on the reasoning why I even brought you here. And that was to take care of the Roman Reigns problem. That was to take care of the Bloodline problem. And then somehow, some way, you find yourself in other business. Listen, man, I'm happy for you. Don't get me wrong, but come on. This has got to stop. You got your opportunity at Fully Loaded. It didn't work out. We all were backing you. We all were behind you. And then you got your opportunity at No Mercy. You failed. It's okay. We've all gotten to the top, and sometimes we get knocked back down. But we are about to come on an age that we have never seen, an age that nobody has ever seen before, and that is a war coming to a head. That is one of the first wars this universe mode has ever seen, one of the most dangerous, bloody, vile, disgusting wars finally coming to an end, and that will be in the hands of the Shield defeating the Bloodline. But I can't do that. I can't do that. You can't do that. Claudio can't do that. Seth can't do that. We cannot all be on the same page if you are worried about things that you should not be worried about. So what I need you to do is get your head together, get your act together, go into your main event, put on your little 5-star match, but after that, get back to business. The time for fun and games are over. You want to go after the World Heavyweight Championship after Survivor Series? Do whatever the hell you want to do. We tried our luck in Starrcade. It didn't work. I showed you guys how important this world was to me. If you wanted to show how important that world title would be to you, it would be around your waist right now. But it's not, and that is okay. That is okay, but you know what I have under me, showing that this is important to me? 2 wins over Roman Reigns. Nobody can say that they have done that. There are no cracks in the Shield. There are no messes. There are no fractures. We are fine. We are a unit, but I need you to get it together.
Listen, all I'll say is this: if there's one thing that these two are right about, it's the fact that they have more important things to focus on. Danielson being the main event, but more importantly, Moxley has a point. It's the main event, Shield's first ever main event, Shield's first ever time teaming up in 4-on-4 action. When we have War Games, it's gonna be damn good. And if I'm Bryan Danielson, I'm gonna be focused on that one just a little bit more. That was a cute story Bryan tried to share with everybody, but let me let you guys know something. The time for redemption stories were in the past, alright? The only story that we're gonna tell is L.A. Knight's story. Yeah, I tell you. And tonight, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna walk into the main event. We're gonna walk in with the crowd, with everybody saying L.A. Knight. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna beat Bryan Danielson. I'm gonna beat Bryan Danielson because Bryan Danielson needs to get beat. Bryan Danielson needs to get humbled, and I'm the guy to do it. Danielson versus Balor for the world title? Nah. It's gonna be Bryan Danielson doing whatever the hell he wants to do with the bloodline, and it's gonna be L.A. Knight kicking it up with the world heavyweight champion, but the difference is I'm gonna win the title. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup right here was made over the commercial break, but you know what else was made during this episode of Raw? Ever since Owens said it himself, he accepts the challenge, so it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens in their final match, last man standing. So listen, William Regal is turning up the stakes for Survivor Series, as we now have 3 matches confirmed for Survivor Series. War Games main event, Women's World Championship matchup between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, and now the final last man standing matchup in this rivalry between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. This is going to be very interesting. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are also teaming up, and they are also going to be in our first ever PLE for members only here on the channel, Starrcade, and that tournament takes place September 14th, a week before Survivor Series. So imagine how banged up their bodies are going to be going through that tournament, if they can even advance in the semifinals, then not only advancing potentially, but then going on and fighting in a matchup, a last man standing matchup, with all the animosity they both have towards each other. It's going to be very interesting. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup's going to be good, but this matchup also has a story. I'll explain the rundown to you guys real quick. These two are going to be facing, like I said earlier, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, but this isn't one of those mismatch, just put them together for the hell of it. Kevin Owens was talking a lot of crap to Tommaso Ciampa in their face-to-face earlier tonight. Things got a little carried away, and let's say Kevin Owens tried sneaking some words to Johnny Gargano, and Gargano fed him with a little bit of a super kick, to say the least. So Gargano was definitely feeling froggy, and Adam Pearce said, you know what, let's make the match official tonight. Kevin Owens will go one-on-one with Johnny Gargano, as this is the matchup that's going to be taking place in the semifinals next Thursday, September 14th. It's going to be damn good, ladies and gentlemen, as Starrcade is warming up to be one hell of a pay-per-view, and look at that. Look at that. Big clothesline there by Kevin Owens, and Owens now off of the rope, springing through DDT. Kevin Owens is showing Johnny Gargano the wrestling in a different style. I mean, listen, Kevin Owens said it earlier during the face-to-face. Everybody goes into their matches saying, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, can they beat this team that's been together for so long? But Kevin Owens said going into this matchup, he wants DIY to think about it like this. I am a former world champion. Cody is a former world champion, which is very true. Kevin Owens being our first ever champion, Rhodes being our second champion here in Universe Mode. Both men having very impressive reigns here in Universe Mode. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Yes, they're tag team. Yes, Owens and Rhodes are stepping into different territory, but at the same time, oh, big kick there again. Nicely done there by Gargano, but yes, they're stepping into different territory that's not their own, but at the same time, you have to think about it from a different point of view, a different perspective. These are two former men who are on the absolute top of their game, so it's fun to argue in this match. Kevin Owens might have the advantage over Johnny Gargano, being that this is a singles match, and Kevin Owens was once on the top of the mountain, and oh, Owens gets taken out there, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time these two men have even went against each other here in Universe Mode, and now gets them to the top! Neck breaker from the top. Beautiful work there by Johnny Wrestling. My God, and Owens now looking to get him with a couple of slaps and a big punch to the gut there by Kevin Owens, as this match is one hell of a matchup, and Owens now backpack drop as we're going to go on commercial break. We'll
Ladies and gentlemen, another team that's going to MSG. It is going to be Judgment Day versus FTR, and it goes down September 14th for your semifinals.
That is going to be the second matchup that is taking place. It is going to be FTR versus Judgment Day, as FTR advanced last Friday on Mayhem. And look at this, Gargano escape. Gargano escape is locked in. Ciampa smiling for good reason, because he knows. And no, wait a minute. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Owens tries to go for a punch, but missed out. Gargano now trying to go for one, but got him. But it seems like Owens is still good, and Owens now bouncing off of the ropes as Gargano tries to catch him, but Owens catching himself. Looks to hit him with a big lariat, but says no. Gargano now. Beautiful backbreaker into the submission. Beautiful. Rings of Saturn, it looks like. Is he going to make him tap here tonight? Is he going to make Owens tap? And Owens is in trouble. And oh, and then no. Thought Owens was in trouble, but Owens says, no, hold my beer. I got this. Big powerbomb drop kick, says no. Big drop kick, but said no. Gargano now all fired up, and for damn good reason. But was it smart? Was it smart to do tonight? Was it smart to do in a matchup of this much importance, this close to Starrcade? Big questions. Oh! Big questions, as Kevin Owens just picked up a big victory on Mayhem when him and Solo Sikoa had a restart, and he beat the Enforcer of the Bloodline, wrapping up his little business with the Bloodline. And now look at this, Owens going to the top rope, and Gargano wisely, very wisely goes to the outside of the ring, and Owens dives. Owens took a big risk by diving. Gargano moved out of the way, and now Gargano calls him inside of the ring. Owens catches him though. Owens feeling the momentum, and you can't blame him. Owens has everything in store for him. Big super kick by Kevin Owens. You can't lie when he's in the ring, when he's doing his singles work. It's some of the best. Swanton bomb. 2-0. Johnny Wrestling kicks out somehow, some way. He gets the job, and he figures out how to manage to prolong it. I don't know how he's managing to do it, but Owens now wants Gargano to the top rope. Owens being the veteran in this matchup. Owen being the veteran here in Universe Mode compared to Johnny Gargano. Gargano been around since the beginning, but Owens having more of that spotlight code breaker there by Owens. Code breaker by Owens. Gargano's hurt and he's in trouble, but no. He says no. Big Irish whip. Ducks under there. Catches him though. Caught Gargano. And Gargano thought he had Owens where he wanted him, but Owens says no, and a big punch. Ciampa is looking angry. He's looking like he's foaming at the mouth, but there's nothing he can do. Owens, and right now, ladies and gentlemen, Owens in the dig zone. He's in the drop zone. And when he's in that zone, there's nothing you can do. Inverted X Factor. When Owens is in this mode, when he is ready to go and he's locked and loaded like this, there's nothing that you can do to take him out of this. No distractions. Gargano has been playing this one right. But that might cost him. Elbow drop to the top of the back. Into the cover. No. Gargano has fight. If Gargano wins a matchup like this, imagine what that'll do to the resume of Johnny Gargano, as Gargano, big clothesline by Owens, as Gargano would have beaten a former world champion. But no, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, Owens looking to show you why he was champion to begin with. Through the ropes like it's that easy. Big boot says no by Gargano. Look at this now. Wait a minute, Gargano looking to boo. Spike in the knee right off of the jaw. Now Gargano and Owens duking it out like left and right. Duking it out left and right. You can't argue, anything goes in this matchup, but what you can't argue is the fight that both these men have in them. Referee already on the count of 5. We don't want any more draws. No more draws, ladies and gentlemen. We want a clean matchup. The referee on the count of 7. If I'm one of these men, I'm getting my ass in the ring. That's Gargano. Gargano trying. He's trying to do it. Oh man, Gargano breaking the count like a wise man would do. Once again, spiking the knee right off of the skull. Gargano knows what he wants and how he wants to do it, as him and Owens are duking it out. Look at this, punch after punch after punch, and the crowd is absolutely behind it, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here at Long Beach. And boom! This time a Rings of Saturn on the outside. Saturn on the outside. Look at the relentlessness by Johnny Gargano, but Owens is fighting back. Oh my goodness, why is this matchup going this hard? I have no idea. But when these two men meet in tag team action next week, it's going to be damn good, as they're fighting for the biggest prize, and that's the new championships. Look at this, trying to put him away, but no. Owens grabs the ropes as Johnny Gargano trying to get that Gargano escape in. And look at this now. Owens could be in trouble as Gargano looking to get them to the middle of the ring, into the cover, as he looks done, down and out, but no. With a glimmer, a small speckle of fight, he manages to get it. Gargano is going to places that he probably never, ever thought he'd go. But he's finding them. And now, DIY in true fashion. Into the cover. He drags him. Owens, lifeless body, to the ring. Gargano has to do it. Gargano has to do it. What is he doing? No, he wanted to go for Gargano escape, but that might have cost him. But no, it might not have. It might not have. Gargano with an Irish whip, caught him, catches him, perfect. This is where Gargano might be a former world champion. Gargano is making dreams come true here tonight. And oh man, Gargano now moves as Owens moves out of the way now, and Owens looking to use the ring to his advantage. Catching Gargano like a fly getting swatted out of thin air. What a matchup we are seeing. Oh my God. Ciampa, it might not like this at all. And you cannot blame him. You cannot blame him at all, but it was Gargano that put the boot to Owens' face. Yes, it was Owens that was talking trash, but it was Gargano that got physical. And that's where this matchup led to. But take nothing away from DIY, because Gargano, he's doing it himself. What a matchup we are seeing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as Johnny Gargano is proving this one to be a good one. Right into the barricade goes Owens. Referee on the count of 5. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Listen, if I'm Kevin Owens and Gargano, I'm getting back into this ring. You didn't fight this long and hard for it to go down like this. And look at this. Gargano doing the right thing, doing the respectable ring, getting into the ring on the count of 8. Gargano now looking to line this up and put this one away. Big kick there. Beautiful, beautiful. Stunner! Stunner out of nowhere. What? 1, 2, no way. All it takes is 1 out of nowhere. What did we just see? Owens in a very last-ditch effort went for the stunner, but this is the matchup taking place next week. Ciampa and Rhodes. That one is going to be very interesting as Owens picked up the win here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time for that Mayhem lineup. It's going to be AJ Styles going one-on-one with Kofi Kingston. The first time we are going to be seeing Kofi Kingston wrestle here in singles competition on Mayhem. AJ Styles last week seemed like he was calling out Adam Cole, but this Friday we're going to see how it comes ahead. It's going to be damn good, and that's not all. We're going to hear from the new #1 contender for the Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair, as she will have a lot on her mind in regards of Rhea Ripley and her World Women's Championship. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. The Shields are going to be in tag team action as we are gearing up to our War Games main event. It's going to be Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson taking on the Street Profits. It's going to be a damn good matchup. And that is not all, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to get into a main event with LA Knight. But this Friday, win, lose, or draw tonight, this Friday, LA Knight, we're going to hear from him. It's going to be damn good, yeah. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back out here as the crowd here tonight is looking absolutely ecstatic to be here. And I mean, can you blame them? We're here in Long Beach. It's hot. The weather is scorching. I mean, come on. Are we in fall already? I don't know, man. But all I do, and what I do know, is what's on my spreadsheet right now. And that's this right here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's time for your main event. Night Danielson, 1-on-1. And listen, just listen to this crowd in Long Beach. It's gonna be a damn good crowd as LA Knight is gonna be going one-on-one with Bryan Danielson. The big tagline, the big question for this week is, can LA Knight earn it? As last week, LA Knight made his return here in Universe Mode at the No Mercy pay-per-view after Bryan Danielson and Finn Balor's World Heavyweight Championship matchup. You know, LA Knight came out to the respective winner being the Demon, and LA Knight said simply, listen, I'm next in line, and he did call the shot months ago. But Balor said, listen, it doesn't quite work like that here on Balor's Monday Night Raw in Judgment Day's era. Here in Judgment Day's era, you want an opportunity, you got to be a top star, you got to earn it. So the question is, can LA Knight earn it? This is the last guy that was technically the #1 contender, the last guy that really pushed Finn Balor to his limit. And oh man, a guy who we're seeing doubling down on what he said 2 Mondays ago, excuse me. It was the Raw before No Mercy. It was a contract signing. Bryan Danielson, Finn Balor. Danielson said the one thing that's been striking a nerve in the heart of Jon Moxley, and that is the fact that he said he doesn't need the Shield to win the championship. Obviously that proving to be what it proves to be, but that later seems to be causing some dissension in the Shield as Jon Moxley took what Danielson said personally, and we've seen Danielson come out earlier tonight and had some words with the WWE Universe going in to this matchup, and we also see Danielson in his Shield gear. I'm very curious that if the conversation never happened between him and Moxley, if Moxley never came out, if words weren't said how they were said, I wonder if we would be seeing the Shield's Bryan Danielson go one-on-one with LA Knight. I don't know. What I do know, though, is LA Knight, man, if you guys thought he was going to be going against Bryan Danielson before, going against the American Dragon, listen, that's something completely different. All I got to say is, I hope LA Knight survives this one. It's going to be damn good, but here we go. LA Knight stepping foot into the main event as he is trying to go to Survivor Series and face Finn Balor for the World Championship. And look at this. Dirty tactics here by LA Knight, and scraping him off of the ropes. First time LA Knight's been in the ring since SummerSlam. And, beautiful work there. Knight was in the 6-man ladder match, the Money in the Bank matchup, as he had a couple of opportunities where he came very, very close to becoming Mr. Money in the Bank, but then we end up seeing Bronson Reed lose. Beautiful work there. Later won that briefcase. Another man that LA Knight has been feuding with, or I would say LA Knight's first feud here in Universe Mode, and now he seems to be going on to bigger and better things. So as Reed is holding Mr. Money in the Bank, being very quiet since he walked out on, him and Eric Bischoff walked out on Samoa Joe last Sunday. We're still waiting for some update on that, but oh man, nice takedown there on LA Knight. As ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you guys, this is your main event for tonight's evening. So buckle in. This is the last matchup of the night. It's the blockbuster one. It's the one everybody's been looking forward to for the last week. Knight now goes into the cover. First cover. Is he going to be able to put him away? No. Tries to put down the American Dragon, but Dragon says no. Pew! Catches him and takes him down. The swiftness, the effectiveness by LA Knight. It's all over the place, and look at that. LA Knight looking to put down Bryan Danielson. Looking to show Danielson what he's made of. Big slaps to the chest there. As Ric Flair would be proud if he was here tonight. If he was here in this arena tonight. And wait a minute now. LA Knight with a big kick and now looking to try to weave off Danielson before Danielson can even throw anything at him. And I don't blame him, because when Danielson strikes, he hits hard. And a suplex using the rope to his advantage. Look at that, Bryan Danielson. And we heard Danielson earlier tonight. He says, listen, do I put everything into this match? Do I just focus on this match and do everything I got to do in this match and use this match to my advantage and to try to get another World Heavyweight Championship matchup? Or do I say screw this matchup and worry about War Games? I mean, we've seen Moxley come out and we've seen what Moxley's opinion is. But we're still seeing what's going on with the internal within of Bryan Danielson. Is Danielson now going to the top rope? And this is not looking good here for LA Knight, as LA Knight wants to try to earn it here tonight, and earning it is what he's going to definitely do, because Danielson's not going to give this win to him easy. He's going to make a Knight fight for it, especially if Danielson decides that he wants to really win too. What a matchup this is going to be. As just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, Survivor Series coming your way September 14th is next week. We're going to be getting to you guys the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament. It's going to be September 14th, Thursday. It's going to be good. And oh! Big takedown there by Bryan Danielson, as Danielson has LA Knight in a world of pain now. Knight looking to make me my words now, hooking the arm, and beautiful work there. Catches Danielson with a receipt there by LA Knight. Knight now looking to bounce off the ropes, as Danielson with a drop kick. Every time one of these men go for something, the other one just has something else in store. As LA Knight and Bryan Danielson are putting on one hell of a main event here tonight, here on Long Beach. Oh my God, dude, into the cover. This is gonna be it here. One, no, not even a 2 count. So much life left in LA Knight. It really makes you think, what level is this man truly at? Look at this Irish whip, brings him into the corner now. Danielson's hurt, and if I know Danielson's gonna try to wiggle out of this one, but can he do it? And he does. Danielson fights. Flying elbow there by Bryan Danielson, as Bryan Danielson looking to knock this one off. And one hell of a Mayhem lineup we have for you guys too, ladies and gentlemen, as Mayhem's coming your way this Friday. And big drop kick there by Bryan. And I haven't mentioned it at all in this episode, but I want to wish everybody a happy Labor Day, as we are having one hell of a main event for your Labor Day episode of Raw. Oh man, look at that. Danielson looking to make Knight go down, but Knight says no. It's going to take a lot more than that to knock off LA Knight here tonight, as LA Knight has been looking to prove a point to the Judgment Day, and a point he shall prove. No. Danielson says no. Knight says no. Both men fighting with everything they got. Knight needs to capitalize, but he looks like he wants to put more pain. Look at that. Oh, it's over. 1, 2, no. Have we seen Danielson rocked by anybody like this that's not named Finn Balor in the past? I don't think so. But Knight is feeling the momentum. He's feeling the crowd, and he knows what's next. He said the entire world will be screaming LA Knight. And that might be proven to be so here tonight. Backbreaker there by... Beautiful backbreaker there by Knight. And Knight now looking to line him up. Wait a minute, a little bit of... Ooh! Air raid crash! Oh, it's over. 1, 2, No! What? Bryan Danielson showing off exactly why he is called the best wrestler of our generation. Knee stop, but no. Straight knee, tried to drive it into the sternum, but Knight tried, but Bryan moved out of the way, and that right there might have cost Knight big in this matchup. Ducking down low, popping under, side catching him with a power slam. Power slam by LA Knight, and Danielson looks rocked. Danielson looks absolutely rocked again. LA Knight is doing the one thing that so many people have not been able to do, and that's push Bryan Danielson. Taking Danielson outside the ring, now going to the top. The crowd is ecstatic, and you can't blame them. Saying, hell, hey, Knight, here we go. LA Knight getting caught by Danielson, but Danielson saying no. Or excuse me, Bryan trying, now getting him. And this time, I think that was a psycho knee. I think that was a psycho. Ladies and gentlemen, coming next Thursday, it is going to be finally the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament pay-per-view. It is going to be damn good, and it is going down Thursday, September 14th. In order to watch it, you do have to become a member here on the channel, which is located under the channel below by pressing the join button, but it's going to be damn good. We have 2 semi-final matches, which leads to the finals, and then in the main event, the Usos step up against whoever wrestled those 2 other matches. It's going to be a gruesome night. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we came from the commercial break late. And now it's Danielson controlling the matchup. As over the commercial break, Danielson stayed in control. As you've seen before the commercial break, Danielson hit LA Knight with a psycho knee, and that really right there looked to turn the tide to this matchup, as LA Knight might not be looking too hot in this matchup. We've seen in the past Bryan Danielson be able to infiltrate and make matches that were once regular matches, triple threat matches. Right now, the assumption by the WWE Universe is that LA Knight will be taking on Finn Balor. It could be Knight v. Bryan v. Balor once again. Balor can wiggle into a triple threat match. Knight has Danielson exactly where he wants him, hangs him up. Hangs him up on the ropes like he damn should. And now, LA Knight. Knight is what I like to call in the drop zone. He's going for any and everything that he possibly can at his moment in time. As LA Knight now doing it with a little bit of finesse, a little bit of swagger, and you can't blame him. You cannot blame him at all. And look at this, LA Knight now. Knight now popping off on all cylinders. Knight now popping off. Here we go. Big suplex, but no. No. Knight says, or excuse me, Bryan says no. Was gonna say Knight, but it was Bryan who says absolutely not. Into the cover. Is this it here? Looking to get the job done. No. Bryan Danielson could very well change the trajectory of Survivor Series, as he and LA Knight are putting on an absolute banger. Beautiful power slam. Oh my goodness. Look at again suplex. Knight is doing things that I've never seen him do before. A different level of dominance ahead of Survivor Series. Big punch to Bryan. Bryan down low. Knight with an elbow drop. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, no Shield to help Danielson, no team to help LA Knight. Going LA Knight's road to Survivor Series. This might be the easiest it gets. But what's that saying really when you're going against a man as dangerous as Bryan Danielson? Big DDT there. I think there's a new dangerous cat on the block, and his name is LA Knight, because this man is doing things I never thought I'd see a man do to Bryan Danielson. Danielson's being pushed. Danielson's being destroyed. What a matchup we are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Bryan Danielson and LA Knight pushing each other. Blood force trauma. Oh, it's over. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight does it.
LA Knight just proved that he can earn it. The big question all night, scratch it all week, has been, can LA Knight earn it? And tonight, he just beat Bryan Danielson. No shenanigans, nada. Clean in the middle of the ring. That was done by LA Knight. What a win by Knight, as Knight deserves this win. He's soaking it up here tonight. Long Beach is looking forward to what's next for LA Knight, as Knight could be coming upon a World Championship matchup at Survivor Series. But wait a minute, that's the Godfather of the Judgment Day. Damian Priest catches him. South of Heaven. South of Heaven by Damian Priest to LA Knight.